With Valentine's Day just days away, love is in the air. Now, if you're a parent of a teenager, you may have some anxiety thinking about your child, now a teenager, actually dating. So how do parents start healthy conversations without turning it into a lecture? Joining us now is pediatric psychiatrist Dr. Willow Jenkins from Rady Children's Hospital. I mean, I barely could ask you enough questions during the break. I've got a lot for you. And my daughter's only 7. So is there a healthy age for kids to start dating? I mean, I was telling you, I can remember when I was growing up, kids in middle school had serious boyfriends, but you said it's different now.
It is. So truthfully, the majority of teens are not dating. Over 60% have never been in a relationship. So it's actually not the norm. When we think about healthy dating, though, we usually try to say like into high school is definitely a good time. Some will start a little bit earlier, but what they're calling dating is very variable. Sometimes it's just a good friendship.
Okay, so how does the age, so by high school, that's typically when they're starting boyfriend and girlfriend. That's older than it used to be.
Yeah, only 1 in 5 middle school kids has been in a relationship. And that number still is only like 40% when they're later. So it's much, much different than how it used to be.
So parents say dating looks nothing like it did when we were kids. So what's changed?
Oh, well, it's so much less formal, for one. There's not a lot of labeling, a lot of situationships.
Sure.
Talking stage, and it can go on for weeks or months. But the other piece, of course, is that so much is digital and online. So it's all done through messages and DMs and snaps, and there's this whole online piece that goes along with relationships right now.
Oh gosh, I'm already feeling overwhelmed because this question, of course, what about the sexual behavior? They're not dating, but they're sleeping around? What's going on?
Okay, well, this is a good question. So back in the 1990s, I will say that's when I was in high school, it was about over 50% of teens were having sex. And now that number is way down. Less than 30% of teens are actually having sex. But we can't get complacent because half of them aren't using protection, and sexual violence to youth is still very real, with 1 in 10 youth experiencing that. So we need to make sure we're having a lot of conversations still about healthy sexual behavior.
So what do parents do with all of this? How do we have that conversation? I said to you, I want to always encourage my daughter to tell me things, even if I don't want to encourage, if I'm still like, what?
Yes.
Right?
Well, I think the biggest thing is to approach those conversations without any judgment and try not to make them more awkward than they already can be. So keeping the space really open and hearing their experiences, and sometimes asking about what's going on with their friends or their school is a nice way in. So like, what's dating like at your school? Like, what are people doing? And then it doesn't feel so personal and you get a good sense of what's happening.
That's a good idea. Ask about their friends, because sometimes they like to give you the tea about their friends, and it might be closer to home for them too, right?
Exactly. It's a good clue of what's happening.
Okay, that's so good. So should parents, is there a way we could segue Valentine's Day to have a good, healthy conversation with our kid?
Well, I think Valentine's Day, because the kids really aren't all dating, is a good time to celebrate all of their relationships, social and family, and also a great time to ask a question about like, how are they feeling about dating? What are their thoughts? And using it as a nice segue into more talking about romance.
Good, and really just encourage good friendships, I think.
Friendships are the most important. We know it predicts the best for adult romantic relationships. If you have good friendships, you don't really need to date a lot when you're a teen.
Okay, that's what I'm going to tell my daughter also. Thank you so much, Dr. Jenkins. We appreciate you.